I am so impressed. And I think all of the previous speakers have raised the bar. They have set a standard that I'm finding difficult to fit right now as I stand here. But this speaks to the quality of the work you are doing as an institution. And given the fact that you are still developing, before I go into my speech, I would like to say I want to contribute the sum of $20,000 to the development of the school. I will give it to William this week. Sorry, this is Shasha this week. You know, we are like kids, so I dress up our first name. Madam Principal of the ARA Recreation Academy School of Excellence, the proprietors, parents, and guardians, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. Today I'm very honored by the privilege to be called upon to deliver the keynote address of this very special ceremony, a ceremony that was marked by so excellent performances by the students who you took up your time to develop and mold into the productive people they are becoming. This is a moment and an opportunity that I cherish and appreciate from the depth of my heart. I want to say thank you for the invitation. This is a moment that comes once in a lifetime of the graduates, and for me, the keynote speaker. There will be no other occasion where I will address this same crowd of happy and proud students. In their capacity as graduates of kindergarten and elementary education respectively. This batch of young people have proven themselves worthy of the task they have on their hand for the past few years. They have moved on from the stage of kindergarten to elementary, and from elementary to junior high education respectively, with a high sense of accomplishment. They can only look back on this memory with fondness. So this event holds great significance in the lives and memories of these young people, their parents, those who sponsor them, and even me that is standing here to address this occasion. You will no longer be faced with the expenses as parents and supporters of paying the school fees for kindergarten or elementary education for these young children anymore. For both the graduates and their supporters, we consider this graduation a success. Congratulations, and I would like for you to clap for yourself. Clap for yourself. You have done well. And trust me, I am one of the few unlucky people to live in both the rural and urban parts of this country. As the introduction of the introducer of the keynote speaker said, I spent a lot of my time in Brazil. And then I came to Monrovia, and I have been in Monrovia for over 10 years now. I know firsthand the output of students in the city in the interior, the outposts of students in schools that are regarded or considered as schools for underprivileged and the other 3 schools. And from what I see here today, it should tell all of us that the quality of the education we acquire is not in big buildings. It's not in paying 100,000 LD for school fees. It's not in paying 1,000 USD for school fees. It's in the effort the teachers put in and the seriousness of the students to consume what the teachers are giving them. So I would like to congratulate you and say thank you for the good job you are doing for these children. I will not agree with the idea that you are providing education for underprivileged children. I will rather agree that you are helping children in your neighborhood to become good, productive, and resourceful citizens by giving them quality education. So I salute you for that. My message today is for all of us, especially the parents. What future are we creating for our children? What future are we supporting our children to create for themselves? Before I go further, I would like to give you an anecdote about my early education. When she read my profile, she said I started school in ARA, which is true. So for those of you who are going to the junior high school, I will first tell you that an anecdote is a short story of a real person or something that is very interesting. So, as the lady who introduced me eloquently said, I started my school in ARA at the age of 7 in 1993. But before then, my father would tell me some inspiring stories about legends. Again, those of you that are going to the 7th grade, legend or a legend is an extraordinary story about some exciting events. And legends are also people about whom extraordinary stories can be told. So, for example, America's 44th president, Barack Obama, can be regarded as a legend because he is the first black man to become president in a white man's land. So, a story is such an extraordinary one to be called a legend. But my father never used to tell me stories about Barack Obama. But he would tell me stories about legends like Mary Calkins. Mary Calkins was a woman who was studying psychology in the U.S. and Harvard University refused to give her her PhD, even though she completed all of the requirements for PhD. But that did not stop her from making the contribution she would make. And today, Mary Calkins is recorded in history for her theory about dreams, memory, and the self. My father will also tell me the story about Booker T. Washington, a proponent of African American businesses, and stories about the likes of Martin Luther King, a renowned civil rights activist, and a host of other remarkable individuals. Through the work that they were making, the impact that they were making based on the education that they acquired. But what I really picked up from my father was his approach to my early education. Before I started school in 1993, my father taught me at home. He taught me how to spell my name, how to recognize and say